Hey guys, I wanted to talk about delivery dates today, and specifically when you're taking an order and you get to the point where you're about to schedule when you're going to deliver it and when you're going to pick up. Many rental operators do this differently. Some will operate on the basis of, oh, what is your event date? When does your party start? We'll get there, within 2 hours before. Or sometimes, it depends if it's at like a park or if it's at, a venue where they have to have it at a specific time and picked up at a specific time. If it's residential, a lot of times you'll want to expand that window, that delivery window, to make sure that you have plenty of flexibility, delivering it the day of, anytime up until 2 or 3 hours before the party, or even potentially the day before, or multiple days before, just to kind of lighten your workload when you're setting up your deliveries. And so it really depends on what type of event it is, who the customer is, what your policies are in terms of delivering and picking up, and how you go about that. And so the thing that I wanted to talk about today was when you are deciding. Let's say you are deciding on taking an order based on the delivery location. And a lot of times you'll want to look at that when you're actually putting the order together for your customer on the phone. You could be on the phone with the customer and they're telling you everything. Oh, I need this many tables, this many chairs, a tent, linens. You take all that down, you check availability for their event date. Everything looks good as far as availability of inventory for their event date. You have the staff and the personnel, you have the inventory. You're ready to book this order, and now you're trying to decide, well, when would be the best day to deliver this, right? And sometimes that happens. If you're early on in your business, you may set that up right there on the phone with the customer. If you're later on, you may leave that window open-ended and just explain to your customer that, hey, just so you know, this delivery could happen the day before, it could happen 2 days before. As we get closer to the date of your event, we'll let you know when that's supposed to be delivered. Okay. And then your route manager would come in later and look at all the orders for the week and decide and look at all the locations and decide, okay, this is going to be the best fit for this group. We're going to deliver these on Thursday. We're going to deliver this group on Friday and this on Saturday. And you kind of optimize the workflow that way. There is a way, though, that I wanted to show you that you can do this and kind of make these decisions ahead of time to make it easier for you. But also, even if you have a route manager, you could kind of set this up in advance so that you're clustering your deliveries and your pickups on days where you're in specific areas. And so I'm going to show you this feature that we released just a little while ago, actually. Minimize this here. So if you're in the office taking an order and you get to that point where you're starting to talk with the customer about scheduling the delivery date, you've got everything entered in here, you've got the event date, and you want to decide when to deliver and when to pick up. What you can do is you can actually click on this date. So this is the receive and return details. I'm looking at the receive method here. So we're looking at setting this up and then tearing it down on the 21st, setting it up on the 20th, tearing it down on the 21st. So how do I know if that's actually a good fit for my crew? You can click on this date and it pulls up this little schedule planner here. And right now we're centering on the date of the rental start date that I have listed above. And what it does is it shows me on a map what's actually happening on that day and where this delivery is in reference to all of the other stops that I have for that day. Okay. And I can even see where my warehouse is, my home base. So as an office sales staff putting this order together, I can actually see what's happening that day and and kind of give the customer an idea of what to expect, right? And so it's really cool. And we even give you like a little bit of like a summary or analysis on what this order looks like compared to the other orders. So on the 20th, it shows 2 orders and this one. And then it says, this is a workable solution. The nearest order is Angela Gomez down here, and she's 18 miles away and it's not routed yet. So nothing has been routed. Like our route manager hasn't gone in and like put routes together and assigned and everything. And then from the warehouse, it's 23 miles, and the nearest order is 18 miles. So what this allows me to do is it says, oh, okay, is this feasible? Should I do this? Or should we maybe look at doing this a different day? Okay, if I go back here, I know that her event date, let's say, okay, it's 20th to the 21st. Let's say her event date is the 21st, right? Now I know her event date's the 21st. And so that means I could deliver it on the 21st or the 19th. So maybe I want to look at a day at both of those days and see if it's a better fit than the 20th that we originally planned on. Maybe our policy is we always try to deliver the day before. Well, what if we deliver 2 days before? What does that mean? If I switch to that day, oh, look, I have another order that is right up in that area. And this is saying this is a great fit because Abbey Road Entertainment is only 3 miles away. So I'm already going to be up there. Whereas opposed to the 20th, the closest order is 18 miles away. So I'd have to drive all the way up there when I'm already actually going to be there the day before and the day after. And so I always have, I have that as well. So this isn't up there the day after, but it's actually, a little bit closer. So 15 miles instead of 18 miles. So this would be a little bit better than this, but the 19th is actually the best because I'm actually going to be right up in that area. So I might explain that to the customer and say, hey, would you be okay if we delivered even a day earlier on the 19th? Because we're going to be in that area, and we can get you your items 2 days in advance, and we won't charge you any extra. So I encourage you guys to play with this and to use this to your advantage when you're setting up these start and end dates for your orders. It just gives your office and sales team way more insight into the back end operations and the delivery operations at their fingertips, and they don't even have to go into the routes calendar. They don't have to go into the prep items or anything. They know all of the information right here on the rental order. So just a tip for you guys. Let me know what you think. If you have any other ideas on how we can improve that, happy to hear those.